Because there are politicians who get out there and they are supposed to allegedly represent the will of the people. This is why the people elect them. And understand what I'm saying. I'm not talking about all politicians. I'm not one of those people who paint a wide brush and say all politicians are bad. Not saying that, but I'm giving you an idea of what I think is sometimes happening here with Cop City, and also what happened with Buckhead City, 2 cities, right? So you go out there and you say, hey, elect me. I am going to be your voice. And you get out there, some of you, not all of you, but if the shoe fits and you're getting offended and you're a politician, then yeah, I'm talking to you. And then you get out there and I don't know what happens. I don't know who starts paying you off. I don't know what type of special interest that you have, but you begin to not listen to the people because now you become better than the people. Now the people who voted you in are not smart enough to know what they want. So now instead of being the voice of the people, you're the voice of special interest. Or you're the voice of whoever's lining your pockets, or you're the voice of whoever's funding your pet project. MalaniKai, how do you know this? I know this because MalaniKai looks into urban areas, and we look in certain parts of Atlanta that are predominantly Black. We say to ourselves, why do these areas stay impoverished? Why is gentrification allowed to continue to happen? Why, when we wanted the Olympics here, that the people got pushed out because they did not have a say-so, and they got pushed on the outer skirts, and they didn't have a say-so? Why are these people being pushed around like little pawns because now the people that you represent become an eyesore for the city of Atlanta? Just like the homeless people are an eyesore for the city of Atlanta. And the people start losing their homes. You think that all of these older generations of African-American, low-income grandmothers and grandfathers, do you think they gave up the houses that they own? I'm talking about own, because a lot of people listening to me right now, most Americans, you don't own your home. I know they say that. I know you say, yay, I bought a home. Clap, clap, clap. We all bought a home. We bought a condo. We bought a get behind on your payments. That lets you know whether you bought it or not. It's nice on paper, but you really got a 30-year lease. You got a really long lease with some benefits and yeah, some tax breaks. And yes, you can get equity out of it. There are some good things, but most people don't own their homes. But back to these areas where the politicians are supposed to be representing the will of the people. These grandmothers and grandfathers have been in these homes, had been in these homes, some still fighting to keep those homes. Living off of Social Security, they actually own their homes. They're not paying a mortgage. And so the buyers come up and the developers come up and they say, with the help of the people that are supposed to be representing them, no, we don't want a $400 or $500 million property going up in the middle of the hood, because if I feel like you do that, you're going to chase us out. Where are the voices of the politicians for gentrification? So you come to them and you say, hey, grandma, you're 85 years old. You only paid maybe $50,000, $60,000 for it back in the 60s or the 70s. We're going to give you $300,000, $400,000 for that home. And guess what? Grandma says, no, thank you. I own this home, and grandma's fine. And the house may not be the houses that we see in subdivisions, and the houses may not be all of that, but it is their house. They actually, these older generations of African Americans actually own a piece of the pie. Where are the politicians who stop the developers from coming in to bully these people out of their homes? And then the ones who say, I'm staying in this home. I'm 80 years old. I own this home. Yes, I'm struggling with Social Security to pay the taxes and to stay in it. But this is my piece of America. I own this home. Where are the politicians there to stand up for the will of the people, to say, leave these people alone? We're not putting up a multi-million-dollar facility in this area. Where are the politicians then? So some go off and they sell. They gave me $1 million. They tripled, they doubled the price. And then you have the others who say, I'm not selling. I don't care what you offer me. I'm not moved by money. I've been living on this earth for 80 years. It's not about the money. I own my home. And what happens in these areas that aren't controlled by the white man? Last I checked, it's the black mayors and black city councils and black politicians who are representing these areas. Not all of them. I'm not talking about all of you if you're listening to me right now, but if the shoe fits, please wear it. Holler at me too if you want to. MalaniKai at cmg.com. You want to call right now and refute it? I'm down with that. 404-872-0750. And then grandma says, Medea says, I'm not selling. And they say, we need Medea out of that home. And Medea says, I'm not selling. I own this thing. I know how this works. To own a home is valuable. And what do? All of a sudden, her taxes go up. And the taxes that she's been able to afford all these years, yeah, she may just barely have enough money at the end of the month. Maybe. But she's happy. She owns a home in Atlanta. She's so happy. And you raise the taxes. And that is the death of the African American homeowner within the city of Atlanta. And you you tear down her house. And all of a sudden, God forbid, why in the world on Donald Lee Howell Parkway, why in the world am I seeing $1 million facilities going up? Because you're pushing them out. And who is pushing them out? Who is allowing this? Is it the white man? I'm just asking. Is it Donald Trump? I'm just asking. Is it the KKK? I don't know. Could be. I'm just asking. So when we talk about a cop city and we talk about the will of the people, and I hear politicians saying, oh, the people want it here. The people aren't saying anything. And then I see a petition that more people voted to have a vote whether or not they want Cop City than they did for the mayor of Atlanta. Oh, honey child, I think the will of the people is about to be heard. I think the people are standing up and saying, we're sick and tired. We don't care what your color is. We don't care if you're black, if you're white, if you're green. We want our voices heard. We're not dummies. We're not stupid. The people want their voices heard.